everyone, and welcome back to episode 7 of the Open Tab podcast. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope all of you enjoyed last week's episode. It was actually so fun to have two of my most lovely ladies on the podcast and being able to yap with them. So if you guys haven't listened to that one yet, I highly suggest it. It's literally like an hour and 40 something minutes long. We literally just catch up, talk about drama. Not like, well, yeah, I guess like drama and Love Island and other stuff in between. But either way, it was so fun. If I had the money in the world, I would have a studio and bring my girlies over and just talk all day. Once a week if I could. But yeah, hope y'all have been doing well. The time has finally come. Okay. It is the season of the Burr months. Yes, I'm so excited. And if you don't know what that means, I'm talking about September, October, November, and December. We're on the final stretch towards the end of the year, which means there's going to be 4 months worth of opportunities coming your way. How exciting! I'm excited for you. I'm excited for myself. I've just been like sitting here thinking about like what I wanted to talk about in this episode. And I thought we would do like more of like a comfy cozy episode and kind of just like talk about what we are all looking forward to, or at least what I'm looking forward to in the next few months. So if you guys didn't hear or know, if you're not like within my Discord as a part of the community yet, I am currently not going to my temporary duty location anymore because I got hired at a different job within the same job field, but just like in a separate section. I'll be working for something else. So I'll actually be staying for the remainder of the year until something new comes up. Super exciting. So now I get to dedicate more of myself to my content again. And I'm kind of like reworking myself. So there's like a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of things that I want to change up. And obviously still working on myself, like going to the gym, meal prepping, making sure I am holding myself accountable like I was holding myself accountable back in or back where I was when I was on my own for like an extended amount of time. But yeah, I'm super excited. I just like I have all these plans, or I had all these plans before I left, and then all the plans got completely like smashed, stomped into the ground because of my leave. And then coming back, I'm like, oh my god, like now where do I go from here? You know, I disappear for like a month, and I'm like, hey, I'm back. What do I do now? But I think I know where I want to go and like where I want to have my head at. I guess it's also a struggle because I started school, or I'm starting back up with school, so I'm just like kind of trying to work everything out, like how my schedule is going to be with like streaming, my podcast, school and work, like that, and then my personal life, like this juggling 5 different things. And we're about to be in probably like the most busiest months of our life. Like they might fly by, but a lot is going to happen at the same time. Okay, enough talking about busy life. I want to talk about the things I'm excited for. We're going to start with September. It is September. How exciting. I usually call this like a transition month into like from summer to official fall/autumn, which is October. But it's September. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been prepping. It's only day 3 and I've been prepping for the months to come. Almost like I'm going into hibernation, but obviously we as humans, we don't do that. But I already started buying clothes. I started donating and selling clothes that I will no longer be wearing and don't see myself wearing in the future. So kind of like a trade for trade, like, okay, like I donated all of this and now I want to, you know, go thrift or go buy something that will fit more my style, or like that fits my current style now. So I've been doing a lot of that. Um, and yeah, and like some clothes that I've already bought. We went to Denver for my husband's birthday last weekend. It was so fun. We did only a day trip, so it was a long trip. Um, it's like a 6 hour drive, 12 hours there and back. And then we only spent like a couple hours within the city, which is honestly more than enough. I feel like if I wanted to go to Denver and do like other stuff, I would have to go for like a weekend because then I'd want to go to the museum. I wanted to go to or I would want to go to the science museum or exhibit. Science something. I can't think of the word right now. It's really hard thinking of words on your own. But yeah, I wanted to go to like places that probably take up either most of or like quarter of your day. And we couldn't really do all of that. So we ended up just going to the mall, like one of the most well-known malls in the heart of Denver. It was so busy, like the traffic. Like I really was like, dang, I'm kind of glad we live in like a small town. Cause like driving around here where I live right now, the drivers are crazy, but at least there's not a lot of people on the road. Cause over there, oh my gosh, stop and go, stop and go. And I hate to sound like ungrateful, but I'm grateful for where I live. But going to like a big city is definitely like very, is almost like culture shocking because then you're like, holy crap, I'm at the mall. There's like probably 100 plus people here when I maybe barely see like 100 people a day, maybe less. So either way though, it was fun. We walked around their mall. They had a lot, but also I for some reason I thought they would have more. And I don't know if it's because I'm like we're from California and we're used to seeing like giant Westfield malls or giant Galleria malls and like they have everything like I don't know. The only place I wanted to go though was Vans and Hollister. And we did exactly that. I got a new pair of Vans. I got the Super Low Pros. Super cute, super comfortable. They were giving like the Adidas Sambas or the, what's it called? The Onitsuka Tigers look. I love that shoe. People were complaining about how it looks like a bowling shoe. First of all, don't worry about what people are wearing. If it looks like a bowling shoe, mind your business. No, I love it though. I also used to bowl as a kid, so like when I saw people saying that, I was like, this is not gonna change like my thoughts at all in purchasing the shoe. But how dare you? I do not want to hear this bowling shoe slander. But yeah. And then I bought one of those because like Hollister re-released a lot of baby doll tops, like sweaters, shirts, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, like how they used to have back in like the early 2000s in like the early 2000s. I was wearing those clothes to school. I remember having like a navy blue one. I wore that shirt all the time until I grew out of it. So to walk in there and see it again, I was like, no way. I made a TikTok about it, but I tried on the brown sweater and the blue long sleeve shirt. I loved both, but I was like, I cannot buy both. Like, I don't need both of these things right now. Looking back, I actually might need it now. So I might treat myself like next paycheck or put on like my wish list for Christmas or something and be like, I want this sweater from Hollister, so cute, would love it. But I did get the shirt. I didn't get it in the navy blue that I tried on in the video. I got it in pink, which is completely out of my comfort zone. But it is so cute. It actually looks so cute. I wore it today when we ran to go run some errands because I wanted to go like a Dollar Tree and Five Below for some Halloween day or like yeah, Halloween decor, fall decor. I just am not committing yet to doing it. I'm gonna wait till mid-September to fully commit and be like, it's time to decorate for fall. I know some people are waking up September 1st and they're like, everything in my house is orange already. I want to be you, but I'm not there yet. I'm not ready yet. I did put some pumpkins outside of our doors, so fake pumpkins. We live in like our apartment place is like indoors, so I mean the only people who are seeing it are our neighbors and myself. So I want to put more though. I just want to like overly decorate. Something about like that itch is like, it's itching. It's itching. But yeah, the shirt looks so cute. If you guys haven't looked at it yet, go take a look. I hope no one else buys these shirts because there are so many that they go on sale and then I can buy it. I could buy all of them on sale. And then yeah, we got Dave's Hot Chicken while we were in Denver. Delicious. If you have not eaten Dave's Hot Chicken yet, please go try it. And if you don't like spicy, just get the regular. But if you want like some more, like a little bit of flavor, get like lightly mild. It's really good. I promise. I don't like spicy, but the light mild was like perfect. No spice, just actual spices, like not like seasoning, not spiciness. Dang, I forgot how much like I realize now that it is so much easier to host a podcast with another person because I'm not out of breath the whole time. I realized I was like, why can't I breathe? It's because it's just me and I and I gotta yap for this whole time. Anyway, aside from that. So yeah, Denver, Dave's Hot Chicken, the mall, and then my husband, his hobby or one of few of his hobbies, he likes to um collect Hot Wheels. So we stopped by like this diecast store in Denver. I chilled in the car because I was really exhausted and I had to drive like a couple hours out and then we were gonna switch. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to look at anything because this was like towards the end of our trip in Denver. Haven't even started driving back yet. But for his birthday, his mom and I collaborated on buying him a Formula One wheel for his racing simulator. So I ended up buying that for him and he like freaked out. He's like, I had suspicions, but I just didn't like I convinced myself into believing that you guys didn't do that for me. And I was like, yeah, of course, like I'm a pretty big gift giver. If you're expressing to me that like there's been something that you've been really wanting, I'm gonna do my best to get that for you. And especially if we're like in a really good loving friendship, relationship, I just love the reaction that like they give out when they're like, no way. I would have never thought you would get this for me and you did, and that means a lot to me. Like that is, and I don't want gifts. I like giving. I don't want them myself. I'm more of like a acts of what is it? Acts of service person. Like if you, I don't know, like cook breakfast for me, or like you clean the house. I mean, like I don't know. Those are like super simple things, but like, or maybe you've like even just like holding the door open for me is just so kind. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my love language. But yeah, we ended up stopping by like a motorcycle store. I don't know. And he got racing gloves because apparently when you use the new wheel on your racing simulator, it you want like that good grip while you're like driving. And we're huge fans of Formula One. But yeah, it was super cool. He got it in the Evangelion colors because that's like his thing. He loves Evangelion. Literally, his PC setup is like color coded for the Ava 1 unit, which is like the green and the purple. Super beautiful. Love it. Okay. Now, I'm going to get into like probably one of the actually, before I get into the traumatic part of our trip, we stopped by In-N-Out before we left. So, the closest In-N-Out to us is in Denver or like Fort Collins or Loveland, whatever it's called. So delicious. So good. It made me so happy. Now, driving back is probably the worst part because in the morning you can see everything and it's beautiful. Like you see the trees, you're like on like the hills and the mountains. You drive through like small towns. It's so cute. And then when you're driving back, no streetlights, pitch black, bugs. We got to a point when we were driving back, we decided to do like an alternate route to the route that we drove last time we went to Denver. And it went through two different towns though. So like that was probably the only reason why we wanted to go because it was like bigger towns compared to the towns that you drive through. It's like really small. there was a storm, like a crazy like thunderstorm. And I was following like a weather map. I was like, it's going to pass. Like we're gonna be basically following it, but it's too fast. It'll be going like ahead of us. But in front of us, you just see like this giant scary cloud, and you can't see anything beyond the horizon because of all the rain. And you can see all this lightning, and I was like, oh my god, I really hope we don't drive into that. Luckily, we didn't, and I got a lot of cool videos and like pictures of the lightning. Okay, I say a lot. I only got like two because every time I tried to get something from it, like there would be nothing. And then every time I would turn off the recording, it'd be like, here's like a crap ton of lightning strikes. Yeah, I know you wanted that, but I'm not going to give it to you until you turn your camera off. So Mother Nature was listening, and I still appreciated it, but I wanted some cool photos. Maybe just my timing was bad. But obviously we made it home safely. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking here and now. I really was terrified though, because like all of the roads there are not lit. You could see all of the stars though. Like if we pulled over and like turned the lights off to my car and looked up to the sky, you can see everything. Like no light pollution whatsoever. It's probably like the most gorgeous thing. But I'm scared of the dark, so we did not do that. But I did get the joy of like looking out the window, and you can literally you can clear as day see like the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Mars, and maybe other planets. But I'm not really paying too much attention of what I'm looking at. I'm just like, wow, there's little dots in the sky. Like, can't believe there's just like other little planets in the sky that's illuminating and reflecting light from the sun, and it's just there. Like, where is all of that? I want to see that. Anyway, but yeah, we made it back home. Missed my cats. We ended up setting up like, what do you call it? Like a camera. So I was just watching them on the camera throughout the day. And there was like one point where, and you could talk in the camera too. So I would be talking, be like, we're almost home. We're halfway through our trip. We'll see you very soon. You know, but they slept all day. Like, is that what they do when I'm gone? I mean, my husband's home, so, but they also, like, all of my cats and then my husband sleep together. And I'm like, is this just the normal? Anyway, moving on. Back to talking about September. Again, I'm really excited for this month. I love the transition from summer to fall. It's very beautiful. I'm excited for the leaves to turn orange, and then the air. Like today, it was a little foggy outside, but the air gets so crispy and it just smells so good. But yeah, I put down here in my notes like some events that I'm looking forward to. I feel like this time of the year there's like a lot more farmers markets. So I'm excited for that, and maybe more like book events. I do want to do more like stuff with my girlfriends whenever they get back here. Like I want to go paint pottery, or I want to go do like the wine or like the sip and paint kind of thing. Like that sounds like fun, but it has to be like a painting that I do not want to like that I want to keep in my house, not something I want to just do and then throw it away. I don't know if this makes sense, but yeah. Because like if I don't like what I'm painting, I don't even know if I want to keep it. Like, can I just like leave it at the store and they could frame it or something? Maybe that's something I could do. But yeah, I do want to like have like a cozy day and like go to the coffee shop, work on my homework, read a book, like do something like that. While I was gone, a Barnes and Noble open. It is so beautiful in there. The cafe area is ginormous. And every time we go, there's always a lot of people sitting over there just like doing whatever, like on their laptops or like, you know, just doing their parts of life in those seats. And I think it's cool. I want to be that person. And yeah, but some movies, or I guess like let's get into movies. There's a lot of movies that I tend to rewatch around this time of the year. Starting off, Twilight, the whole Twilight saga. Which, another thing, this Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, my community and I are going to be watching the first Twilight movie. So excited. And then if they're down, not the same day, but we'll plan it out. We'll watch the rest of the Twilight series. So if you guys want to join in with us, you can follow in my Discord for any updates. I need to rewatch Coraline. I gotta rewatch The Hunger Games. And then closer to the end of September, I'd like to watch Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, Casper, to get me like in the mood for October. And the new Conjuring movies coming out. I love these movies, but they give me so much like kind of like, I don't know, they make me hallucinate. I don't know. Like, I freak out. Like, I love scary movies, I love scary games, but like they just freak me out after a while. And then I might say something controversial, but I really need to do this. I put on here that I need to watch Beetlejuice. I have never watched Beetlejuice before. I know. You guys are probably like, what? Joy, what are you talking about? I've never seen it. So maybe I'll have to, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to plan like another community movie night and watch Beetlejuice for the first time. But yeah, I've never seen it. So I'll get to it. It's just like, I don't know. I love movies, but I tend to enjoy watching them more like in theater. So, yeah. Do you guys remember like back in the day when you were like a kid, they had like the Halloween specials, like the Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and like Wizards of Waverly Place? They would do like their Halloween specials. I loved those so much. Would rewatch, by the way. Like if they did a whole like TV playlist of those shows with their specials, like their Christmas specials, their Halloween specials, their specials where they like their universes collided, I'll watch them instead of having to find them in that playlist. I'll watch it in the playlist. But yeah, we're gonna move on to October. So excited for October. I'm so excited. Because then that means I get to decide on what costumes I want to wear. So let me tell you what I was thinking about. So October is scary month. Last year, I dressed up for, I think like almost every Friday stream or like weekend stream that I had. Like I was Marceline. I think I dressed up as like a truck driver. I dressed up as like a bunch of stuff. I can't remember all of the characters I dressed up as. And I have so many wigs too. Like I have my Mikasa wig, I have my Nurse Joy wig, I have my, oh my god, what's her name? Oh no! I haven't played Valorant in a long time, so I don't remember her name. Oh no, that's so bad. Well, it's not, but let's take a look. Neon. Wow, that's embarrassing. Neon. I have Neon's wig. I used to play Valorant a lot, but I haven't played in like a while, so totally forgot her name. And yeah. Wait, okay, let me dial back really quick. An event that I'm also excited in September that we decided as a community. So next Friday, the 12th, I'm hosting a community craft day and I think we're gonna do this monthly. So this month we'll be DIYing on an apron. So if this is another thing that you're interested in, and like I said, join the Discord. I already posted like all the details, so obviously you're not too late to jump in with us, but it would be so fun. You just have to go on, you do have to go purchase like the stuff that you need for it, but I mean, I spent like under $30 and I'm pretty sure you can spend less than the amount I spent. I just wanted patches on mine and yeah, I'm excited. I think next month we were talking about doing like either candles, like DIY candles, like painting on them or drawing on them. I don't know. Or like carving pumpkins, whether if it's a real pumpkin or like fake pumpkins, because I know some places like in your neighborhood you can't have like a fake pumpkin or you can't have real pumpkins. So yeah, okay, back to October. Some costume ideas that I had in my mind. For my husband and I was thinking we could be like either Nightwing and Starfire. Wouldn't that be so cute? A simpler one would be Eve and Wally, or Wally and Eve. I feel like that would be really easy because then he could just wear all brown and then we'll just buy him the goggles that you just put on top of his head. And then I just have to wear an all white outfit and get like those cool space sunglasses and put like a green leaf on my chest. That would be super easy. And then that was like the only two that I could think of. Every year, I always think about him and I being Inuyasha and Kagome because it's just super easy. But Inuyasha in his human form when his like all black hair is out, which is probably like my favorite part. Individually, I didn't really think about like what I could dress up as. The only two things I could think about is dressing up as Pom Pom Purin or Jollibee. Because I saw a super cute Jollibee costume not that long ago. And I was like, that's so cute. Oh, another couple one would be like Ponyo and Sasuke. I have a lot of stuff saved on my Pinterest, but I think that one would be cute too. Or maybe I could dress up as a Soot Sprite. That would be cute. And then like friend costumes. That's probably going to be determined. I'll have to chat with the Pookies about that because we are, like Jules said in the last episode, she's hosting, how did she call it? Septober, where she plays like a horror game every week. And myself and like other Pookies will be featured in that next month in October. So I'll have to ask if they want to do like any theme nights, if they want to dress up, because that would be a lot of fun. Because we also dressed up for March Madness back in March. Like we dressed up as Repo characters, Islanders, burglars. Like that was so fun. Would do again. And then I saw that I totally forgot about this. It probably slipped my mind, but I forgot that there's going to be an It prequel coming out in October. I need to watch the trailer or something, but I'm excited for that. I watched the first two. I never read the books, but I definitely watched the first two movies. I know like some weird things happen in the book that they didn't put in the movie, which is good. But both movies definitely like freaked me out. Would I watch the It prequel? Maybe. I definitely don't want to develop like a fear of clowns, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the reviews come out. That's when we usually wait for. Is like, what do they call it? Like the critic reviews or something like that. But yeah. I think that was the only movie I saw that's coming out in October. So yeah. And then yeah, like I said earlier, Halloween decor. So I don't know if I just want to do like only fall decor where it's just like pumpkins and all that stuff, but I do want to do like some Halloween decor. There was a statue that I was going to buy from TJ Maxx, and it was like 3 cats, but they were all underneath a sheet, so they looked like little ghosts. And then someone bought it. I was like, this is the day. I'm going to go buy it. I get there, it's gone. I was so upset. I was going to put it right outside my door and be like, this is so cute. Because our neighbor down the way has this little cat statue, just one. Just a little cat statue. It's a black cat with a witch's hat on it. And its eyes are closed and it's smiling. I was like, that is so cute. I want to put a cat statue outside of my apartment. And sadly, I couldn't do that. But it's fine. The one will come eventually. Maybe like a cat pumpkin. That would be cute. But I don't know. Maybe I can make it. Or maybe I just gotta wait for like Michaels to come out with something. We'll see. Okay. Pumpkin patches. I love pumpkin patches. I haven't even really like looked up to see if there's any in my area. I'm sure there is. We live in the Midwest. There has to be something. So excited for that. If I do get a pumpkin though, I don't know if I'll carve it. I might paint on it. That's what I did last year. I just painted on a pumpkin and left it. Because like a lot of the carving and stuff can get a little complicated. And I'm like scared to stop myself. And you can like scoop out the guts and stuff. I don't mind it. Because then you'd have pumpkin seeds. You can make pumpkin puree. But genuinely, I don't really have the time for that, so painting on it will be just enough. I think last year I did one with like little hearts or like little ghosts on them, and then I got a big pumpkin and painted Popcat on there. That was a good one. And you know what's disgusting? When we moved, so we had movers move for us, like they packed everything and stuff. I put that pumpkin in a trash area and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm going to throw this out cuz it was like November when they packed our stuff." They packed the pumpkin. They packed it, and then when we got our stuff here, I opened the box. I was like, "No way." They packed the pumpkin. And luckily everything that was in that box was like camping stuff. So like it didn't affect anything. And the pumpkin wasn't rotting on the outside, but it was for sure rotting on the inside. So I just straight up threw it away right away. But that was definitely very terrifying. I was like, they really packed this. Even when I told them, I was like, don't pack this. It's gonna be thrown out. It will be disgusting. Then it happened anyway. But oh well. I don't know. This is gonna be our first first everything here in the Midwest, so I don't know what I'm expecting. So I put down scary houses. I'm not usually one to go to one. I know like Fright Night at Universal is absolutely terrifying. I've done something like that at like Six Flags before, but and like in my hometown they do like every year they do like a scary house thing, and you can like choose what scary house to walk through. I don't know what it's like over here, but we'll see. Speaking of scary houses, I was like scrolling through TikTok, I think last night, and I feel like I've seen them before. But it was like this promotion of this company, I think in Fullerton, California. It's an escape room, but you can choose like the highest intensity, and I'm pretty sure you have to sign a waiver because they were dragging people. Like you're actually being chased, you're actually being grabbed. Obviously, you're not getting hurt in any way. It's just for like that fear factor. But they'll like grab you, they'll pick you up, they'll like take you away, they'll drag you on the ground. Would I do that? I think I would. Wouldn't that be such a fun like IRL stream idea? Just putting it out there. Maybe not, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe one day. I would do it though. Just strap like a GoPro to me and you guys can see like every reaction. That would be terrifying. Knowing me though, I would trip and fall and then they would drag me away. And then all you would hear is my voice, or not even my voice, my scream fading away as I'm being dragged on the ground. But yeah. Excited for October. That's usually also like in the colder states. Usually towards the end of October, beginning of November is when it starts to snow. So November, what I like to think about it is like, well, not only is it turkey season, but it's also the transition from fall to winter. Just like how September is this transition from summer to fall. So it'll start snowing and get extra comfy. This is where I like to bring out like the biggest, coziest like articles of clothing that I have, which I feel like I don't have enough of. Like I have sweatpants, I have some jackets, I have some sweaters, but I need like that big cozy sweater with like that, like the bubble sleeves, if you know what I'm talking about, but it like hugs your wrists. And then like super oversized pants, jeans and like sweatpants. And then I really want to get like a giant poofy, I don't know, jacket this year. And I also want to start collecting like quilted jackets. I think they're so cute. So cute. What if I told you guys I've never had a Friendsgiving before? Because I have been moving or not really moving, but yes, moving. Like we lived in Alaska for the last 3 years, and then I really suck at making friends. I tend to be like more of like a homebody, so you know, my best friend's my husband, so I never really like ventured out and was like, I'm gonna make friends. I made more of an effort to doing that like these past few years, but in the beginning I was like, new place, It's gonna be hard for me to make friends. So I still have never had a Friendsgiving. So I maybe will have one this year. It just depends like where my friends are at, because they're also like, you know, traveling due to work. Or maybe we'll go to one. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for Friendsgiving. I'm excited for Thanksgiving. More cozy movies to watch. And then this month usually flies by for me. Like, nothing ever really crazy happens in November. Aside from like the beginning of November is when my cat's birthday is. She's turning 5. So excited for her. And then everything in between is like hazy, and then it's Thanksgiving. And I'm like, what are we doing? Ham turkey? I think this year we're gonna do ribeye. I think. Trying to remember what we talked about. But I'm excited for whatever it may be. I might do everything homemade this time. Because last year I think we ended up buying like the pre-made stuff since we were moving out. Okay. And now lastly, we're moving into December. Mariah Carey is fully defrosted. It's that time of the year. Probably the busiest month for me. I feel like this month is always like something is going on. But it's gonna be snowing, it's gonna be windy, especially where I am. It's gonna be icy. But I am excited for the snow. We are going back to California in December though. My brother's graduating this year. Not from high school though. From college, and I feel old. But I am so proud of him. I cannot wait to like see him walk the stage. I'm going to try and be the loudest person in the damn room. And then I think my husband, he's going to stay in California for the rest of the month, so he can spend time with his family. And then I have to come back and work, but it is not a big deal. I'm excited for the tree lighting downtown. I will be there for that. I want to actually learn how to, like, what do you call it? I actually want to learn how to ice skate this year. So I'm going to try. At least go a few times to, like, get myself on there and then get addicted to it and be like, you know what? We're chilling. I'm going to go all the time now. Buy cute little outfits to do it. It'll be so fun. And then December movies. Home Alone 1 and 2. Amazing. Did you know there's 6? I didn't know they made 6 of them, but it's not with the same guy. Obviously, he's like a lot older now. But I was like, there's 6 Home Alones? I only like the first 2. Never seen the other 4. Elf. Elf is a personal fave. We will watch it every year. The Grinch, but the one with Jim Carrey. And Polar Express. Those are my top 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Those are usually my top 5. Christmas movies, I guess, or like December movies to watch. But I'm excited. And then gifts. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm going to do about gifts this year. I think I might make it more like crafty than like spending money. Or like spending a lot of money on stuff. So there might be like little gifts this year, especially because I'm going to be traveling a lot next year. It's going to be busy. It's going to be so busy. What a privilege to be busy, right? So it's just so much in the next 4 months. 4 months of opportunities. Also, did you guys hear about like that whole like September 1st to December 31st lock-in? Should we talk about that? Let's talk about that before we go. Let me see if I can find something about it. I didn't prepare for this part. Okay, I found an article about it. They call it the Great Lock-in. But like, wait, hold on. Where's the explanation? I think I might have saved a video, actually. I think from what I'm reading, the Great Lock-in is kind of like 75 hard, but it's saying like 7-9 hours of sleep every night, which is probably not doable for me. 2 to 3 liters of water every day, no fast food, prioritize whole foods, 1 hour of deep work every day, work out 3 to 5 times a week, learn one valuable skill, no phone 1 hour before and after sleeping, and then 10K steps every day. And that's just from like a basic post on here. But I saw someone saying like something about the plant, or I don't know what's in retrograde. Someone said something's in retrograde for the next 3 months or something like that. Okay. So I guess it's just like another form of 75 hard and just like locking in and focusing on your body, on yourself, on your mind. So either way, I'm already locked in right now, and I highly encourage you guys to do so as well, whether if it be like in like an extreme version or a very light version, just whatever makes your body feel great. And take those habits with you as life goes on, because your body is a temple, and treat it that way. But personally, I will be unrecognizable in January. Everyone's gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna do the same thing and look in the mirror and be like, what? So yeah, that's kind of about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Before I close out, I just wanted to say one last thing, but I wanted to mention that since it's also National Suicide Prevention Month, that the rest of this year can be hard for a lot of people. So please remember like to keep your loved ones in mind, your close friends, and even those friends that may feel distant to you in your thoughts. Don't be afraid to check in on someone. Drop them a small text, even if it's just a little, hey, I was thinking about you, let's catch up sometime. Or even sending them like a meme that you found funny. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope this weekend, this week, all the way until next Thursday, brings you just like love, happiness, joy, opportunities, all of the above. And yeah, you guys know where to find me, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye, guys.